Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing Sunday as he was shown off in the recent 2.7 livestream, and I'll be going over Sunday's kit, how to build him, team recommendations, and much more. And for question of the day, let me know one of your favorite video games. For my suggestion, it has to be Earthbound, and also if there's anything you really liked in the livestream, do be sure to let me know that in the comments as well. Lastly, if you do enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe to win your next 50/50 and also hit the like button to support the video. Now, let's get straight into it. Let's start off with Sunday's kit. Sunday will be an imaginary harmony character who focuses on a hyper carry playstyle by being able to advance forward an ally and give them numerous buffs. When it comes to Sunday's buffing capabilities, he'll primarily be focusing on buffing one ally with a combination of his skill and ultimate. Sunday's skill will allow him to advance forward an ally by 100% as well as their summon if they do have one. For those that are curious what a summon can be considered, it would be Jing Yuan's Lightning Lord, Lingsha's Bunny Fugue, and so on. Sunday will also be able to increase the damage of that ally, and if the ally has a summon, as mentioned what summons were just now, the damage increase will now be even higher, which means Sunday will be able to provide even more damage increase buffs to characters that do possess summons in their kit. When Sunday does advance forward a character with the summon, the character that he advances forward will act first, and afterwards their summon will attack. In the case of Jing Yuan, this is great as he can get additional Lightning Lord stacks for Lightning Lord to attack enemies directly afterwards. Depending on your speed tuning, let's say Jing Yuan is 1 speed or higher than Sunday, Jing Yuan can use his skill to get his Lightning Lord stacks. Sunday can then advance forward Jing Yuan and his Lightning Lord, and now Jing Yuan can of course potentially skill again or even ultimate and now have a good amount of stacks ready for Lightning Lord's attack immediately afterwards. Additionally, if we zoom in a bit on the livestream, Sunday will also provide a crit rate buff after using his skill, and this is pretty nice for being able to have more consistent critical hits onto enemies. There is one thing to note regarding Sunday's skill though, and it's that his skill will not advance forward another Harmony ally. So you'll primarily want to use his skill on your main damage dealer to get the full benefits. As for additional benefits, Sunday will be able to provide even more valuable buffs when he uses his ultimate on an ally. When he uses his ultimate on an ally, it'll grant them energy as well as make them beatified, which means now they'll be able to additionally receive crit damage buffs, and the beatified buff will last for 3 turns, and this will actually be based off of Sunday's turns. And as a visual bonus, your character will also get a cool halo around them. Lastly, Sunday's technique will be able to buff the team going into battle, and overall, Sunday's kit provides very nice buffs, especially for your main damage dealer on the team, as he'll be able to advance them forward by 100% as well as their summon if they have one in their kit, provide massive damage buffs, crit rate and crit damage buffs, as well as grant that ally more energy, which now allows them to use their ultimate more frequently. Now that we've gone over Sunday's kit, let's actually go over team recommendations. When it comes to Sunday team options, as mentioned earlier, he is primarily a hyper carry oriented support as he focuses on hyper buffing a single ally. Since Sunday is able to advance forward an ally by 100% similar to Bronya, as well as advance forward their summon, he'll be able to give massive benefits for characters that have his summon in their playstyle and kit, but he'll still be able to work very nicely on non-summon character teams as well. A Sunday team would likely consist of a main damage dealer, 2 supports, and then a sustain. And for our first team recommendation, it would be Sunday and Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan has a summon, which is Lightning Lord, and Sunday being able to fully advance forward Jing Yuan, as well as Lightning Lord, will allow Jing Yuan to deal frequent damage onto enemies as he's able to attack enemies, and afterwards, Lightning Lord will come in and deal huge damage onto enemies as well, especially with the buffs that Sunday provides. Sunday allowing Jing Yuan's Lightning Lord to attack more frequently is huge for Jing Yuan to be able to deal more frequent damage onto enemies, and Sunday's additional buffing capabilities will also be useful for improving Jing Yuan's damage output even further. For the third support on the team, this slot is ultimately dependent on which supports you have on your account. You can use Robin for the additional advance forward and massive buffs she provides, Ting Yun for more energy regeneration for an ally, potentially equipping Dance 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 on her so she can advance the team forward with her ultimate, and of course for Ting Yun's attack and damage buffs for an ally. You can also use Ruan Mei for the buffs she provides as well, allowing Jing Yuan to break enemies faster. And if your secondary team is a non-break team, then Ruame can be a good slot here. You can also use Pela to reduce enemy defenses so that Jing Yuan can deal more damage onto them, and so on. Ultimately, the second support is just dependent on which supports you do have available. And for your sustain, you can use Huohua to provide more energy and attack for the team with her ultimate. Fushuen provides even further crit rate for the team, which can be useful to ensure Jing Yuan crits more frequently, as now Jing Yuan will be getting crit rate from Fushuen, as well as Sunday. You can use Aventurine for his shields as well as unnerve debuff onto an enemy, and so on. You can really use any sustain of your choice as long as the skill point usage on the team is fine. As for the next recommendation, it would be Boothill. Boothill highly takes advantage of being paired alongside Ruame and Bronya, as Bronya will be able to allow Boothill to attack more frequently and acquire his pocket trick shot stacks sooner into a fight. Since Bronya is a strong pairing for Boothill, seeing as how Sunday has similarities in his kits as well as additional benefits, he'll be a very good slot on a Boothill team as well, which the team would be Boothill, Ruame, Sunday, and lastly a sustain of your choice. Preferably a break-centric sustain such as Lingsha or Gallagher. For our next recommendation, now this one might be a little bit funny, but you technically could mess around with a hyper carry Lingsha, where the team would consist of Lingsha alongside Sunday and 2 other supports of your choice. Lingsha being able to heal the team as well as scale off of the attack stat for her attack's damage allows her to be a pretty fun and interesting hypercarry option, funnily enough. That would be a more experimental team, but it is a fun team nonetheless. When it comes to making a Sunday team, you would primarily have to determine your main damage dealer, additional support, and lastly your sustain on the team, as Sunday can benefit and be used on numerous teams due to his buffing capabilities. For example, you can use him with Jing Liu, Argenti, and much more. Now that we've gone over Sunday's team recommendations, let's go over how to build Sunday. When it comes to building Sunday, you'll want to use the Ordeal 4-piece set on him the most, as it'll provide him more speed and allow him to grant an ally even more crit damage. And since Sunday's skill and ultimate only affects one ally, he'll be able to easily take advantage of the set to provide even more crit damage to an ally. Alternatively, you can consider doing 2-piece Ordeal and 2-piece Messenger, or a defensive set alongside Ordeal, for example, 2-piece Ordeal and 2-piece Guard of Withering Snow. And for other 4-piece sets you can consider, it would be 4-piece Messenger or even 4-piece Eagle of Twilight Line if you want to advance towards Sunday after he uses his ultimate. As for planar sets, I would recommend Lushaka for the additional energy regeneration and buffing an ally's attack, Broken Keel, Fleet of the Ageless, Sprightly Vonwag, and you can also consider the Penacony set if you're using Sunday with an imaginary DPS. When it comes to Sunday's main stats, you'll want crit damage body piece, speed boots, HP or defense orb, and lastly energy regeneration rope. For substats, you'll want crit damage, speed, and lastly defense stats to affect resistance, defense, and HP. When it comes to Sunday's speed, you can either make him 1 speed or more lower than your main damage dealer, so your main DPS can attack, Sunday advances them forward, and now they can attack again, which I would recommend 134 speed minimum on Sunday if you do this. Or you can do a fast Sunday, which would be about 160 or higher speed. And if your DPS is on the slower side, for example, let's say they have attack boots equipped instead of speed, in this scenario, Sunday being fast can have a similar playstyle to Sparkle, where he will essentially push your main damage dealer forward to attack frequently, even with the lower speed on them. As for his crit damage, I would aim for this stat to be as high as possible, and for Sunday's light cone options, we don't know fully what his signature light cone will do just yet, but of course that'll easily be one of his best options. As for alternative options you can consider, you can take a look at But the Battle Isn't Over, Past and Future, Dance Dance Dance. You could consider Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds, Meshing Cogs, and so on. Now that we've gone over how to build Sunday, let's go over his value. When it comes to Sunday's value, I personally would say that he looks like a very nice harmony option for those who are interested in the hypercarry playstyle as well as summon characters. Since Sunday can give additional buffs to characters with summons as we get more characters with summons in future patches, this will further increase Sunday's value as he'll be able to provide them very powerful buffs as well as allow them to attack more frequently. I can see his future value going up as a result, especially with the case of getting more summon-oriented characters in the future, as the live stream actually stated how the Remembrance Path characters will have summons called Memo Sprites. So as a result, Sunday will be able to nicely synergize with the 3.0 and beyond roster that we do get that are summon oriented and just have that remembrance path in general, which is pretty nice for his future potential. I'd love to know though how you all feel about Sunday, if you're going to pull him or if you're actually skipping him for Fugue, Big Hat, Herta, and so on. Or actually, we did get teased the 3.0 and beyond lineup. So that's actually some options you can take a look at too, since all of those characters honestly looked really good. But I'd love to know if you are excited for version 3.0, if you're excited for version 2.7. I know I definitely am. Cannot wait to see what they do with the story as well. And I hope you all did enjoy this video. And if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.